Looking over to the Eastern Eyre Netball Association now, where it was round 11 on the weekend, and our correspondent Kristy Turnbull's on the line with me to recap a couple of exciting games. How are you this week, Kristy?
Yeah, I am going very, very well, thanks, Dan, this week.
Love to hear it. Well, let's get straight into this action. Pretty intriguing results here. Let's start with the big grand final rematch between Central Eyre United and Kimba. It was a Central Eyre United home game, and they got the chocolates 55-42. We probably thought it might be a little bit closer than that, but a really good win there by the Storm.
Yeah, look, it definitely was a fabulous win there by the Storm, and I agree, Dan. I think... we talked about this one last week, and last time they played there was only a goal in it, so we definitely thought that this one probably would have been a little bit closer, but Storm just too strong for the Kimba girls last weekend. They got an early jump and just applied defensive pressure all the way down the court for a fairly solid 4 quarters, and just slowly but surely pegged away to get that 13-goal win. So, full credit to the Storm girls. They had a great game, but certainly a tough one for Kimba. They would have really been looking to take that win and challenge Storm for that top spot on the ladder as we make our way into finals. We haven't got very many games to go. So Storm are now sitting, I think it's two games clear on the top of that ladder, and I think it's certainly probably giving us a fair indication that they will be definite finals and potential, most likely grand final contenders this season. They're playing just a really good team game, and they've really gelled coming in as the season's progressed.
Pretty interesting there. Kimba, the first time they played this year, back in round 1, won it by 10, and then, as you said, Storm won in round 6 when they met by just 1 goal. But this matchup was actually the first time the home team had won in that matchup this season, so an interesting little footnote on that match. And right you are, Central Eyre United 2 games clear now on top of the ladder, and with the loss, Kimba Districts, their record now is dead even. They're ahead on percentage, but they're equal with Eastern Rangers after they had a 14-goal win over Cowell on the weekend, 49-35, and I reckon Cowell, playing away from home, only going down by 14, would be pretty happy with that effort.
Yeah, look, I think Cowell is still yet to get a win on the board, and as the season progresses, they're probably starting to feel like it's a little bit more and more unlikely. But I think, they should be really happy. They're on the road. Last time, I think they did have a bit of a closer game against Rangers, but the Rangers girls, they're just going from strength to strength, and they can see that finals sort of coming up, and they really want to make sure that they are serious finals contenders, and they're certainly showing us that they are. And Rangers never can underestimate them. It doesn't sort of seem to matter who they've got in that team, but they always do just continue to come out when it counts in the season. So, and they're showing that. So I think, the next few weeks are going to really prove between Rangers and Kimba who deserves those second spot on the ladder. But unfortunate news out of that game for Rangers. A goalie, Nicole Symes, actually done an ACL injury, so she will now be out for the remainder of the season. So we wish her all the best with what she's got coming up with recovery and on that. So, like I said, unfortunate for Rangers, and that will leave a bit of a hole in their team.
Very unfortunate for Rangers, and especially for Nicole. Nobody likes to see major injuries keeping people out of sport. And, of course, as you get older, it's not just sport that you're kept out of, but it does affect your day-to-day life. So a sad little footnote on that game. And Cowell have got 2 weeks from now, they're playing Ports at home, and that will probably be their best chance to get a win for this year. They've certainly improved since the start of the season. As we touched on last week, they lost by 40 goals in round 1 to Eastern Rangers, and they closed that gap to 5 last time they played. And then, this time going down by that 14-goal margin. But before we get to that round 13 game, it is round 12 tomorrow, just 4 weeks left of the season. And second spot is on the line in this game. Kimba Districts hosting Eastern Rangers. No doubt Kimba will be keen to bounce back after the loss on the weekend, and they'll definitely have some extra motivation to win this one with second spot on the ladder up for grabs.
Yeah, they sure will. They will want to be securing that second spot with a win over Rangers this week. Another little point to make is Kimba have got Amber Schilling playing in her 150th game this weekend as well. So they'll certainly be wanting to get a win on the board to celebrate that milestone for Amber against Rangers this week as well. So the last two games, they think they've had one win each again here. Rangers got the first one and Kimba got the last one. And as you said, it's going to determine second spot. They're both going to really want to have that game clear in second spot. But I think Kimba, after last week, that would have hurt a fair bit, that loss to Storm, and I think they would have put themselves through their paces at training. They'll be looking to regroup, and they'll be looking to, their defences to shut down that Rangers goal end and really feed the ball back down the court so that they can convert for the win. Rangers will miss Nicole in goals, but they have got Ruby Green, who is a fabulous goalie. She's been playing on the wing most of the season, but she stepped back into goals last week and from all accounts played very well, shot very accurately. So I would expect to see that Ruby will be in the goals for Rangers, and it'll be slightly different for Rangers to adjust. She plays probably differently to Nicole, but yeah, I think it'll be a good game, and I'm looking forward to see the outcome, Dan. But I think Kimber will probably just sneak over the line.
And the other game tomorrow is, of course, Port's hosting Central Eyre United at Port Neale. There was a 8-goal margin last time Port's had a home game against Central Eyre United, so they certainly are capable of being around the mark, and I think this will be a really interesting game.
Yeah, look, I think we know what Ports are capable of. They have had some quite close games against those top spot contenders, especially Storm, but I think the last time they come against each other when we were on the road, it was quite a comfortable win for Storm. So unfortunately for Port, Alex Mason out injured. Storm will come in with their full team. Ports have had 2 weeks off though, so they had the Pedlar Cup and then the bye last week. And they would have, they've had a couple of fairly solid trainings that's given them the ability to rest any of their niggles, to rest their bodies, and they've got 4 straight games before we start our finals campaign. So they want to make sure that they're all in tip-top form for the end of the season, and I think they've made sure that they've done all the right things while they've had those breaks. So if they can come out and match Storm's intensity and play their own game and sort of not get caught up in the fast pace that the Storm girls like to play, I think they can keep that margin fairly close.
Couple of good games on the cards this weekend in the Eastern Eyre Netball Association. Good luck to everyone playing, and especially to Amber Schilling in game number 150. Thanks very much, Kristy. Enjoy the action this weekend. We'll catch you next Friday.
Thanks, Dan. Look forward to it.